There are 4 things that I wish I knew when I first started sim racing. These are mistakes that I see a lot of drivers make, and though it may seem like it makes you faster on paper, it's actually making you a lot slower on track. My name is Formula Kai, and let's get right into it. If you're always the person that tries to brake as late as possible, then this tip might just blow your mind. Of course, we know that in Formula 1, higher your average speed is around the lap, the faster your lap time will be. So if I brake as late as possible to carry as much speed as possible into the corner, this means it's gonna keep my average speed up and make me faster, right? Not really. And this is a nasty trap that a lot of beginners get caught in, and that I sometimes still have a hard time fixing. Just sending it all the time might work for some corners, especially when the exit of the corner doesn't really matter and leads directly into another one. But most of the time, it's not really worth it. If the exit of that corner leads onto a big fat straight, you might have gained a 10th on corner entry, but you've lost 5/10ths on the straight itself. Mistake number 2, not using the brakes enough. If you're this guy that coasts into corners because you're afraid you might lose the car on corner entry, then you might be a slow driver, my friend. Because by not using the brakes, you're leaving a lot of time on the table. Since you are not really using 100% of the grip from all 4 tires. While you're very limited by what the fronts can do, they're doing all the hard work. Your rears are just sitting there waiting for the car to turn, and they're wondering, when the hell are you gonna subscribe to Formula Kai? This phenomenon is also known as understeer.
Understeer works like this. You drive down the road, you turn the wheel, but the car goes straight on, crashes into a tree, and you die.
Maybe you had a bad experience in the past where you lost a car on corner entry, maybe you locked your rears, and then you got bullied by your chat for it. But here's the thing, do not be afraid to use the brakes on the car. The only time you will spin is if you hold the brakes at the same amount of pressure the entire time. So even if you stop the brakes or release completely, you will never spin. Au contraire. The car is probably only gonna go straight on. Let's get better and better at holding the right amount of pressure depending on what you need going into the corner to create the rotation you need. This is where you also get better at trail braking. Mistake number 3, using the throttle too early. A lot of drivers make this simple mistake with the throttle in sim racing. Are you one of them? As you come closer and closer to the apex, a lot of people tend to get on the gas too quickly. Because the earlier I'm on the gas, the faster I can accelerate out of the corner, which gives me a faster lap time, right? Wrong. What happens then by accelerating too early is that the weight of the car will shift to the rear wheels. This pushes the rear into the ground, but lifts the front axle of the car itself. This gives us less grip in the front. And what happens when the fronts don't grip up? Understeer, and the car won't turn. Think of the last time you were sitting at a red light. As you got back on the throttle, when the light became green again, did you get pushed deeper into the seat? The same thing happens in the sim with the race car. If you accelerate too early, your car might run into the gravel trap on exit. Or it might just take you a really long time to get back on the throttle because now you actually have to wait for the car to turn. And worst case scenario, if you're not careful, you might actually spin because you're trying to force rotation out of the car. Mistake number 4, manhandling the steering wheel. If you're a sim racer who always struggles with tire wear, or you feel like when you turn the steering wheel, you have to wait for the car to turn, chances are you are too aggressive with the steering wheel itself. Remember this, kids, turning the steering wheel more does not make the car turn more. In racing, you should always strive to turn the minimum amount required. You should always ask yourself this mid-corner: if I turn the steering wheel, does it make the car turn more? If the car does not respond or does not turn more, then it means you've already reached the maximum amount of grip the fronts can provide. So if you're already understeering and you add more steering, all it's gonna do is scrub the front tires and overheat the surface. You might actually in some cases turn even less by turning more. You want to guide the car through corners. Try to keep a light grip on the wheel and feel the force feedback the car is trying to communicate with you. If you feel like you have to fight the force feedback, then you're probably steering too hard. The day you realize you have to steer the car with the pedals and not the steering wheel is the day you become a faster sim racer for the rest of your life.
I actually have a video talking about this exact phenomenon in F125. You should definitely go check it out.
And voila! Thanks Thanks for watching. Which of these 4 tips did you find the most helpful? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure to leave a like and share with a fellow sim racer who you think this video could help. Maybe you've got another tip you would like to share with another sim racer in the comments below. I would love to know what you think. This is Formula Kai signing off, and I'll see you very soon. Ciao, ciao.